Now we're on microphone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're on that camera, by the way. Yeah. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for joining in. Brandon is here. Brandon Swartzlander. I got to tell you, Brandon, and I don't mean to do this to pump you up, but I have as many or more comments whenever I put one of your shows on, or when I get all kinds.
It's my stunning TV appearance.
The people are just awful. They just tear you apart.
I believe that.
No, Brandon Swartzlander's here from Midwest Farm and Land, and we're going to talk about real estate market. We're going to do all kinds of stuff today. Tell you about probably how to work on your land and make it sellable.
Sure.
Maybe even I've got pictures to show. I did pull a couple of pictures.
Oh no.
No, you'll like
scared.
Them. Yeah, they're
I'm
not
really
of you.
scared.
They're not of you.
Okay, well that's even better. Perfect.
I do appreciate you tuning in here on this Thursday, April 21st, here on Big Talk. You're off screen, by the way. Let me tell you what's going on in and around the area here today on this gorgeous Thursday, April 21st. Getting rid of the a few rain clouds in the area from Wednesday, so hope you're having a good day today. What is going on? Frontier Community College down in Fairfield, they've introduced a Small Business Development Center, or an SBDC, in conjunction with a grant from the Southeastern Illinois College. And the program will provide free assistance with accounting as well as financing, marketing, web development, and similar activities. They're going to hold an open house today. The open house will be in the Clements Elizabeth Cox Hall at FCC. The Cox Hall from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. Anyone interested in their services or network invited to attend. And questions can be directed to Claire Vaughn at 842-3711. Or maybe you can go online if you like and find her at vaughnc2 at iecc.edu. Also, like I said, that's at 1 o'clock at Frontier today. Also tonight, a meeting at the outside of the First Christian Church in the foyer, outside of the multi-purpose room of the First Christian Church. That's a nice big foyer. It's not outside; it'll be inside. And at 6 o'clock tonight, it's the Wayne County Historical Society meeting there. They want you to park in the west parking lot and enter through those portico doors. All are invited to attend. They're going to talk about the Hannah House Museum is opening every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2, and the Early History Museum is also open as well on Saturdays. But their meeting is tonight at the First Christian Church in Fairfield at 6 p.m. I suspect they're looking for new members and folks that can help and all kinds of different things. Who knows what all they're looking for, but place to be tonight. What else is going on tonight? Same time, you won't be able to go to both. In Vandalia at the Unity Baptist Church, this is pretty cool. They're going to have a beekeeper presentation tonight, and it'll be at the Fayette County Home Community Education folks. They are having the program about honeybees. A beekeeper will tell the folks how to safely care for honeybees, what chemicals that are harmful to them, as well as how to harvest honey. Do you ever run into that kind of problem? I'm guessing dealing in realty at the farm level.
I was just thinking about that. A couple of different farms that I've sold had resident bee populations, but the owners generally take them with. So it's not something I've ever seen. They move their bees.
They move their bees with them. They'll have hives and apiaries, I guess is what they're called. You haven't run into the house that you're trying to sell and they have like bees in the walls?
No. We did have one with some wasps that were pretty significant. That was like inside an inner wall, and we didn't really know it until after.
Yeah.
There's nothing like getting that call from the buyer.
What did the new owner think of that?
I mean, not happy. Not happy, and somehow there's two rules of thumb. Like, don't take a call after the sale. No, I'm kidding. But it's like that. I always say, if things are going to fail, they fail at the closing table, or it's 6 months later.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 incidents. One was water, and one was bee or wasps.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll save the stories.
Yeah.
We'll get to them whenever we get to them, because these are good bees.
I mean, they're most bees are good.
These are good. Oh yeah, that's absolutely right. These are the good bees. So again, that meeting tonight in Vandalia at 6 o'clock at the Unity Baptist Church. What else is going on today up in Effingham at it's at the Effingham Park District? They're going to have it's the FACE program up there, the FACE community. Of course, they put on all kinds of theater, and they are presenting Drinking Habits 2. I got to tell you, I somehow missed number 1. I would have thought I'd have seen it.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there.
So yeah, Drinking Habits 2 is apparently an outstanding show. So give them a call, 217 by the way, 347-9678. Tickets are $30, which does include free wine and snacks, or $20 if you don't want the wine and snacks. So that'll be a good time for everybody. What else going on today on April 21st, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day. Chocolate Covered Cashews Day is observed each year here on April 21st. Not unlike other nuts, cashews and chocolate, of course, get along well together. However, the problem with cashews is their nut shell is toxic, so you'll never see cashews wild. At least you hopefully won't see cashews wild or just off the tree. Many people enjoy the cashew nut for its delicious buttery flavor on its own, but if you add chocolate, it just makes it that much more enjoyable. Makes a great gift during winter holidays, and however, folks do enjoy chocolate-covered cashews all year long. How long? I'm going to ask you this, Brandon. How long do cashew trees live? And did you even know they came in a tree?
I did not, and I didn't know that the shell was toxic. I was just processing that as you were saying that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awful?
What, 20 years?
60.
60?
Cashew trees live 60 years. The oldest one is...
So that's my luck. I find a cashew tree. I think I've done something. I eat one, and I'm dead.
There you go. Well, yeah, just don't...
Perfect.
That's the thing.
So
who in their right mind pulled the cashew off the tree, ate it, somebody got sick, and then they decided, maybe we're going to take the shell off. Why did they think the inside? Yeah. Who was the idiot who tried? Who was the guy who tried the seed? Yeah. All right, we know.
I don't like cashews anyway.
Oh, do you not?
I don't know if it's a texture thing.
Probably is. They're
not like a peanut, really.
No, it's not. It's
softer. That's I don't like that.
It's softer than a peanut.
I don't have the palate.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. Well,
so I don't have to worry about.
No, don't worry about the chocolate cashew day.
I didn't know they grew on trees, but now I know. I mean, you learned something today.
Just don't
ever stop learning, Bruce.
Exactly ever. Right, and also don't ever pull nuts off of trees.
That's right. If you see a nut on a tree, don't eat it.
Peel the nut.
Right.
Peel the nut. That's exactly right. What else going on today? It's National Yellow Bat Day. This honors on this day in 1967, the Army activated the 265th Army Security Agency company with the 101st Airborne Division in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The official insignia is a bat with outstretched wings, and of course, the reason actually that these folks became popular and famous, they arrived in Vietnam just a few weeks before the Tet Offensive, and they were the main folks helping stop the Tet Offensive in January of 1968. So the Yellow Bat Day, they were formed this day in 1967. In 2016, Doug Bonnet, the president of the Sentinel chapter of the 101st, submitted National Yellow Bat Day. He and the chapter members all served with the 265th. It is observed on April 21st annually, so that's pretty cool.
Do you have those facts like every morning? Like I could call you up and get like a list of all the happenings?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel really
Yeah, actually, I could.
I'm overwhelmed with information.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm glad to make you feel
it's
astonished.
I just didn't know that you had that kind of info. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Who would have ever thunk it?
There's amazing things on Google.
I love it.
Really is.
I
Google's a wonder. You want to know a good one? Wait till this last one. It's outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is National High Five Day.
Oh, my God.
Every third Thursday in April, folks observe National High Five Day. Folklore fills the hallowed halls of sports stadiums concerning the origins of the high five. There are two well-known claims. Now, this is good for you in case you're in a trivia contest.
All right.
Because I have asked the question before as a trivia dude. I have been the trivia proctor, I guess.
Alex Trebek of...
And I have asked who invented the high five. Who invented the high five?
No idea.
He currently is a major league manager. Dusty Baker.
No kidding.
Invented the high. Well, in 1970, there's two people who claim inventing the high five. Dusty Baker is one of them. During the late 1977 regular season, he hit a home run that made the team the first in history to have four players with at least 30 home run seasons each. As he rounded third and headed home, Glenn Burke waited at home plate to congratulate him, and in a moment that is Dodgers history but was never televised, apparently, Burke greeted a teammate by raising his hand, and they slapped hands with a victorious high five.
I mean, this was well worth the trip for me.
Oh, see, I'm here to help.
That's it.
I'm here to help.
I don't need anything else today. I'm going home. I'm gonna kick back in a chair.
You're a little bit younger than me, so you may or may not remember the second legendary folks who apparently started a high five during basketball's 1978-79 season. I'm not going to ask you to tell me how old you are to tell me whether you remember this.
I was 5 then.
You may not.
Probably not.
The University of Louisville basketball team switched up their regular low fives on the home court thanks to Wiley Brown and Derek Smith. They were the first ones to do the high five in college basketball.
Stunning.
1978, See, I do remember Louisville being really good that year. They did.
How old were you then?
They made the Final Four. I was about 13, 12. No, 12.
Yeah, so you were right in it.
Yeah. So I was 12. Yeah. So I can remember. Oh, I watched college basketball.
Yeah.
I
get it.
They were really good. What else is going on today, folks? This is what do you want to see on television? All kinds of good TV to watch tonight. Major League Baseball, all kinds of games at 12:10 this afternoon. The New York Yankees take on the Detroit Tigers. Jordan Montgomery versus Tarek Skubal. That's on MLB Channel 599. Then the Pirates at the Cubs on Marquee Channel 597. That'll be Bryce Wilson versus to be determined for the Cubs. That's at 6:40. Cardinals can conclude their series with the Miami Marlins at 5:40 tonight. Valley Sports Channel 630. Sox are at the Cleveland Guardians on NBC Sports Chicago Channel 643. NHL hockey, 3 games to tell you about. Blackhawks at the Kings on NBC Sports Chicago 643. Blues at Sharks on Valley, and Toronto at Tampa Bay on ESPN Channel 601. And the playoffs continue in the NBA. Memphis at Minnesota. Memphis and Minnesota are tied 1-1. That's going to be on TNT Channel 633, followed by Golden State at Denver at 9 o'clock. Golden State leads that series 2-0. Right here is Brandon Swartzlander. I'm Bruce Dickey. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. We'll be back right after this.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here, back on Wabash Catch TV. Guest today is Brandon Swartzlander. He is the
Owner and managing
broker, managing broker, agent, I guess you could probably call yourself.
Marketing specialist.
You take the trash out.
Whatever it takes.
You have Midwest Farm and Land, and I don't have it. I don't have the website up there, but it's a good website. It's Midwest Farm Co.
.com.
MidwestFarmCo.com, and take a look at it. It's an outstanding website. How long have you been doing this in Illinois? You and I, I've had you on the show a couple of times, and for the most part, we've talked about how you got going, because you've had a widely varied career.
I have. When I came back here 2012, I really didn't know what I was doing.
You're originally from the area?
Yeah, I'm originally from Centralia. I grew up there.
Yeah.
And when I came back here, I was an area vice president for the world's largest security company. I don't know if they're still the world's largest because I don't really follow them anymore. But
yeah, well, haven't been there for 12 years.
Yeah, so I came back here just kind of in transition, not really knowing what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And I actually went to look at a piece of property, first time ever. And I met this guy, and I started talking to him, and I was just like, "This is what you do?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Man, this is the coolest job ever."
No kidding.
I swear, hand to God. And I immediately left there and started researching real estate and the license. I got my license, and then I went to the place where that guy worked, and I interviewed. They offered me a job. I turned it down because I just didn't know enough and didn't feel comfortable enough.
Yeah.
And then about 3 months later, contacted them again. The position was still there, and that was it.
That's interesting to me. You very seldom hear of somebody who will do the initial work, get the licensing for whatever. I mean, like a barber or
Most
something.
people don't.
Somebody goes through the which is pretty. I mean, getting the real estate license in 2012 was no easy task. It's even more difficult now, I presume.
Yeah, it's longer.
But having done the work, most folks would think they've gone through that. Oh, now I'm an expert, especially, you were a young man, relatively young, 10 years younger than now. You would have thought you knew what but you must have had a little bit of perspective on it then, too, that you realized you weren't quite ready.
Well, I think because the hardest part about real estate is the beginning. There's 18 months of curve for everyone. And when you try to explain to someone, yes, you can make a 6-figure salary in the Florida market or Centralia or pick a town in anywhere in America. Most people love the idea of being able to do that.
Yes.
It's getting there. And that's the thing. So when you first start out in real estate, nobody knows who you are. So I can say, listen, come to work for Midwest Farm and Land. We're going to put you on the website. We're going to build you somewhat, but you still have to build yourself. It's like I tell everyone, it's your business within a business. So, most real estate brokers are 1099 contract employees. So they don't necessarily answer to me.
Yeah.
I sponsor them and they have rules they have to follow, but it's their business. So there's a personal advertising side of this thing. And I always tell people, work your sphere of influence first. So your sphere of influence is everyone that you know, that you've ever touched, that you've ever been around in your life.
Right.
Those are the people that you work first. And then you expand that circle, keep expanding that circle. And then the next thing you know, you have 3 or 4 or 5 counties.
And the interesting thing about that, that's different as a real estate agent from just for instance, an insurance agent. Whenever you're working your sphere of people as a real estate agent, you're really not trying to sell people, because people may choose to sell their house, they may choose to buy their house.
Correct.
What you're doing is you're just saying, hey, this is where I am, and if you need help, I might be able to help you. Is that right?
Yeah, that's basically it. And because that's a great point.
Because like your insurance agent, they're trying to sell you insurance.
They have something you have to take.
Right.
Nobody has to take me.
No.
But I feel like there's the biggest misconception of real estate is not that there aren't people that are perfectly willing and capable to sell their home on their own or sell their farm on their own. But there are things that you don't know by the license law, which is what you spend time when you're getting your license understanding. There are things that can get you sued. There can things that can get you, just a whole host of things that you wouldn't ever know if you just did it.
There are, like you say, there are tons of potholes that expertise you gotta have.
Let's say you have a farm.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a 40-acre farm. Okay. It's been in your family for 100 years.
Okay. 3 generations.
But your dad or your dad's dad decided to dig a hole and bury toxic waste.
I'm gonna say, please don't say bodies.
Bodies, toxic waste, whatever. Let's just call it bodies.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, I buy the property and I come in and I'm going to dig a pond.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, as I'm excavating, guess what? All these bodies are here.
Yeah.
There's a whole host of liability issues from every angle that you could have avoided by simply saying, hey, Bruce, here's this disclosure. And you said, I don't know of anything that's there because I'm not going to be liable for what my dad did or what my dad's dad did or whatever. So that's just one tiny example. But
as a layman, I wouldn't know.
Correct. So the other side of this, and the main thing is this: I don't want to pay anyone to sell my property.
That's exactly what I run into.
So what if I said I can pay myself and sell your property?
That's the thing that folks. Well, that's what.
So as long as you don't have greed, as long as you don't have greed in your heart. And you say, well, if I'm going to get... So again, most people don't realize they sell themselves short when they sell their property by themselves because they left money on the table. They either don't know what the market is or somebody down at the supermarket said, yeah, you can get $25,000 an acre. So
I'm running into a guy. I work with different people and different companies from time to time, but I know a guy who wants to buy a piece of property. Mm-hmm. He's wanting to make an offer. He's wanting to buy the piece of property, but he is waiting for who the owners. The owners have it with a realtor, and he's waiting for the owner for the contract to run out.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, I sit there and I hear this, and I wonder. I said, what are you waiting for? The owner doesn't care. They just want to sell the property. They don't care who gets part of the money.
In his mind, he believes that he can get a better deal if the agent. I've had that's happened. If I had a dime for every time that happened, I wouldn't have to be. I wouldn't have to own a business.
Yeah.
Again, I understand it. I love it when I see a commercial that says we can sell your property for 2%.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you can't.
No,
you
not
can't.
do it right.
Not the right way.
Yeah.
And again, most of the time, if you have something, I can manage to get the fees that won't affect you.
Yeah, that's right.
People, this is the greatest question. What's your commission rate? I have plenty of flexibility with my commission rate. But if I tell you I can sell your property for what you want and what you feel comfortable at, why do you care what I make?
Exactly right. That's Brandon Swartzlander. I'm Bruce Dickey. We're going to get into the real estate market at a more deeper level. We're talk about what's going on because things have gone a little wild in the last couple of years.
It's gone a little crazy.
Brandon's here. I'm here. We're going to come back right after this on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec. Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, MidwestFarmCo.com.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield.
We hope.
Hello, ladies. We hope people have got a little smarter.
Right.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Here with Brandon Swartzlander of Midwest Farm and Land Company. Find them online at MidwestFarmCo.com.
Yes, sir.
MidwestFarmCo.com. And all right, so you're sitting there in your office in March of 2020, and all of a sudden the world shifted a little bit. And
school got canceled, I think.
School got canceled that day.
That was it.
School got canceled that day. It snowed. So you're sitting there. What has happened? What happened to the real estate market then? And is it still going? Where are we right now?
I feel like it was steady 2 years ago. It was, people were buying and selling. It wasn't crazy, but we were selling farms, homes, whatever, just regular.
Yeah.
The markets around here historically have been depressed.
Yeah.
So they were a lot less than average. If you went to a major metro area or whatever, home prices are down, things like that.
Right.
All of a sudden, the world stops, and I think people, you had a lot of things going on. You had civil unrest, you had the pandemic, you had all these things happening. It's kind of like created the perfect storm. And then the government infused thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into all these places. And I still think that we're feeling that now. There's still a lot of money.
Cash got thrown
Absolutely.
in.
So
Cash
and then the
got
interest
thrown
rates
in, and interest rates
went down.
Went down for the same reason.
Correct.
The Fed reduced the rates to try to generate
Correct.
business.
It created the perfect storm. Again, at the time when maybe my 5-year plan was to, increase our revenues. Like I told you when we sat down, I mean, we finished over $100 million last year. That's crazy for a company that's 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
And we're still on track now. I mean, you're still
moving up
today. As far as Southern Illinois goes, and you have to be careful how you package this because there's lots of people that package things ways that they like to make themselves look good. I'm not that guy. I'm just saying. So we're members of the Egyptian Board of Realtors, which encompasses pretty much most of Southern Illinois, Effingham South, let's call it.
Okay.
We are sitting roughly 10 million above the nearest competitor in that market, which gives me great pride. I mean, I love my brand. I love my company. I love my people. But I feel like we're doing the right things. But that's also market related as well.
Now, I'm
a realist. I'm not saying that I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm saying that a lot of things.
Brandon, I don't think anybody is.
I mean, I want to be. I look in the mirror every day and I say I'm great.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you are.
Right. Thanks. But I think that what happened was it created this dynamic. The dynamic is now going the other way. Everything's on a pendulum because sales cycle.
Yeah.
They always do. So we're seeing that cycle back. Interest rates are up, I think 4.75 or something,
and
maybe 5.
And the Fed has warned that they're going to continue.
They're going to incrementally hopefully it plateaus pretty quick. I mean, because I think in 18 when I bought Hanging Rock, I think it was like 5%, 5.5. So. And that's still manageable for most people. That's probably where it should be.
And
maybe.
It dropped and it's coming back. So
Right.
You got to think with the pendulum, it'll probably go past that and up a little bit, and then maybe back around the bell curve will move around.
I really don't think the Fed realizes, at least with all the bankers that I talk to on a regular, because I worry about this stuff all the time. I think they understand the market in the world. It's very volatile. So I don't think you're going to see 13, 14, 15% like you saw back in the day.
Back in the
inflation
80s.
Inflation is a problem. Hopefully, the powers that be are going to.
Well, that's the thing. That's why the Fed's going to start bumping up rates. I mean, I'm not to get into an economics discussion, but the Feds are going to start bumping up rates to try to put a.
If you have free money, I mean, whoever believed that there was going to be an endless supply of free money, like that guy. I know there are people that believe that, but it's just not.
It's
reality.
not. It doesn't exist.
You kind of ride the wave, but you now.
Well, the endless supply of free money is what gets the inflation going up, and that's what you don't want. All right. I'm getting to all that to get to this. You mentioned that this area has been traditionally depressed. Seems a little bit strong, but pretty. There have been years where it was depressed.
I don't think
the real estate market.
So I say maybe depressed isn't the right word, but less than what the average should be.
Not as hot.
People buy things.
Let's call it cold.
People buy property, homes, land, commercial, whatever, because they want to gain equity.
Right.
So that in the event that they sell something or whatever, you didn't buy your house to say, well, I just want to pay it off. You bought your house to think, okay, I want to get this done, and then I want to have something that maybe will either.
Maybe I'll be able to sell.
Correct.
For more.
I'll sell. I'll make more money. I'll buy something else.
Yeah. You don't
before 2 years ago,
I am not moving.
I'm selling your house today. I'll be over.
All right.
So, I guess I'm saying that in that what we're seeing now is far and above. I mean, I remember in it may have been a year ago, but I wrote the first contract that was over the asking price. That was unheard of around here.
Yeah, yeah.
So the agents even in the area, all of Southern Illinois, were like,
what do you
do with that?
Yeah.
And it was only like $500 over.
Yeah.
But these people really wanted it. They lost out on a couple, and I'm like, listen, I don't know any other way to do it other than this. So that's what they did.
So you basically adjust the number.
Yes. Now, right now, as of a few days ago, it may have changed today, but $244 was new build pricing. $244 a square foot.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So think about what your house is right now and what you can get for it right now. So because on the average, Flora, let's say, was probably back then was probably $65 a square foot.
Yeah.
And that was a lot.
Yeah.
But like,
well, I'm just thinking back to when I was in the building materials industry, when I was a wholesale building materials distributor, and we were selling these kinds of things. Back then, when I would talk with carpenters, and I would talk with lumber dealers, it was $1. If they were getting $1.50 a foot, it was. Wow, we're making just like gigantic money or something here, and so I guess my question is, and I'll ask it again, just maybe in a more clear way. We have been a cold area, and it has picked up now. Yes. Do you think it will go back to cold, or is this a new normal? That's my question.
I think we will plateau at a better normal than what we experienced before. I think it will be higher, but it will definitely.
But there will be
a
less
change.
volatility.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get, I mean, this is a perfect example. I just did the numbers the other day. So Marion County land. Now this is just a land snapshot.
Yeah.
On average, a regular piece of land, no marketable timber, no income, would have been about $32.50 an acre.
Okay.
It's $4 an acre now.
Okay.
So that's the adjustment.
There's the adjustment to the plateau.
And so now, is it going to come back a little bit? Land is a little funny. Land doesn't do that. Land does these little houses do this.
Yeah.
Land it's much smaller, I guess, on the curve. So I feel like it's going to come back down a little bit, but not to $32.50. So does that make sense? Like like we've got a new norm now, and I also believe that there's still a lot of money out there circulating,
floating around.
There's still people doing.
That is Brandon Swartzlander. I'm Bruce Dickey. I can't believe how much time we have already burned through. You're already 2/3 of the way through the telecast. Can you believe that?
I need a 2-hour special.
We'll be right back after this. Stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. auto owner's insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owner's insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Having fun here with Brandon Swartzlander from Midwest Farm and Land. Okay, I meant to ask you about a few things, and we still got plenty of time. I'll ask you. You talked about the problem with the bees.
Yes.
There was another example that you had. What's the other problem that you ran? I mean, you could occasionally step on real landmines, can't you?
Yeah, I did. I stepped on. So I had a friend who was selling a home in town.
Okay, a friend. Oh, what? You? I'm just
he's a friend. I mean, he's still a good guy. I mean, so there are disclosures. You've seen them. There's real property disclosure, lead, radon, all those things. Yeah. So you want people to be as honest as they can, and that's what I tell people.
Absolutely.
Like don't lie, because it's going to be found out at some point, and you're going to end up. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. So the long story short is the guy had a basement.
Okay.
He said that it had seepage issues during heavy rain.
Okay.
Seepage.
People have that.
When I think of something seeping,
little bubbles coming through the wall.
It's not like Niagara Falls. So fast forward, we sell the property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right before spring.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Next thing I know, this is like 2 months later. He's moved. Everything's done. The broker who brokered the deal on the other side calls and says, "Hey, we have a huge problem. The basement's full of water." And I'm like, I don't know what does that mean to me? I thought sump pump fail, whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's like 3 feet of water, and it's coming from this place. And I'm like, well, they had talked, they had been out there, they had seen it. Like, I thought everything was it wasn't a seepage issue, the long story short. But then the guy gets mad at me and says, well, I never said seepage. And I'm like, you did say seepage right here. It says seepage. So the moral of the story is, I don't know how he thought that was never going to come be an issue.
No kidding.
Because clearly, after digging, we realized that they've done all these things to try and combat the water flow. It just was a gravity flow basement, an old farmhouse, and it got water in it. And he knew it, so he was always on top of it. It never got deep for him because he never let it get deep. But these people who didn't know just went to bed. Next thing you know, they wake up, everything's floating. But yeah, it was not. But again, where does the blame go?
Yeah.
To the brokers.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, that's...
I made the basement leak.
There are always horror stories.
Always.
Aren't there? Always a horror story. Many. Tell me, last time you were here, a long-term property that had been in this neighborhood, you had just recently contracted it. Tell me about the Smith Mill.
Oh my gosh, that was a cool place. First of all, I love Bob. He's a great guy, and I one of the coolest things about that whole place was the history of it. And one of the things I told him when we sold it that day of closing was, I said, the worst part about this is that guys like you aren't able to continue on, and because he's older and he's going to be gone at some point.
Yeah.
And not that I'm wishing him, because I'm not. I love him, but the history and the knowledge that he has goes with him.
Right.
Because there's no one else to pick up all.
I mean,
when you toured that place,
it's an unbelievable place. It's one of those they have tours once a year.
Yep.
At the time, and you were able to talk about a specialty place. I mean, that is about a specialized an operation and you're able to find people to take care of that, aren't you?
Yeah. So these folks actually came. It was out of state. I don't remember.
Did they know anything about mills?
No, not necessarily, but definitely intrigued by the whole process of it all. Again, I mean, I don't know what they're ever going to do with it, if anything. I don't know that they're going to have. They may use it as a venue more for weddings and things like that. But I just the inner workings of it, like the history of it, it just blows me away.
Oh, it's fascinating.
But yeah, that was a really cool piece. We sold it to some out of state folks and.
What do you think is the most unusual residence you've sold? And the reason I ask you is because I got a picture of the one that you're selling right now, and I thought that looks kind of strange.
I know which one you're going to pull up. Probably probably the most unusual would have been Probably the first one, and it was an underground home, and I had never sold one, and I don't really understand them. I have one.
Tell me about that one.
Sable. I knew that was one you're going to.
Yeah, of course you do.
Let me tell you something about
it's an underground house, it's got to be thermal.
It's not underground.
It's not underground.
No, it is a special design from Wisconsin. That home, new build when he built it in the 90s, was over $700,000.
Wow.
That is it's so they build the home on the dome basically, and then they put the dirt on top of it, just as it's almost like insulation.
So there's no roof.
No, it's all the if you go in there, the walls are everything is curved.
Really?
It is the coolest place you've ever.
The curve there on the front is that kind of similar to what the curve inside looks like?
Yeah. So if you look at kind of how that comes up, and then it, like I said, it kind of there's not really a flat side inside the home. But you don't feel like there is, but you don't feel like when you get over to the walls, you can see the curve.
What's the thing out there in front? Is that like with the half circle around it?
Oh, that's just the power.
That's the power. Okay, yeah. I was wondering if that wasn't like the thermal heating or something like that.
No, it's actually a really, really well built, really, really efficient home. That is it's a cool place. Very cool.
How long has that been for sale?
It's been on the market a while because people either love it or they hate it.
Well, that's the thing. When I ask you about unusual, you look at the front of that house, there's nothing like that.
Nothing. There's no comparable to it. There's no, and again, this is one of those market things.
Yeah.
That house was lower a year ago than it is now.
Yeah, it would have been.
But he, in his mind, and I don't fault the guy for doing this. I mean, when you have $700,000 in something, or plus 700, really, that's going back against the norm.
Yeah.
But there's also such a thing as building to the market. So when you build something that's over and above, there's no comparable to it. It's really hard for anyone, including me, to market that and sell it because it's
difficult to price, for that matter.
Somebody asked me the other day about, isn't it easy? And the funny thing is the farms or the land or the homes that you think are going to go like that are usually the ones that don't.
Yeah.
And the ones that you think would never sell will sell quickly. It's really a weird dynamic.
I tell you what, let's do. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to wrap things up here with Brandon. We're going to talk about hunting ground. Wouldn't you like
Sounds
that?
Good.
Hunting ground. Actually, I got another picture of a hunting ground. We'll show that in a minute. You're watching The Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Brandon Swartzlander's here, and we'll be back in a sec.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey and Wabash Catch TV. We're just talking about the scientific intricacies of this show.
Stuff, you guys do a whole show on that.
You bet.
I want to be the guest.
Oh, you want to be the interviewer?
Yes. I would like to flip the table. Yeah.
No, yeah. See, now that's actually a lot of fun.
I'd like that.
It's a lot of fun. It's the fun part of the job. All right.
Okay.
Hunting in Southern Illinois is huge. It's a huge activity. Every other family probably has somebody that hunts in it, if not more than every other family. And a lot of folks will have ground just for hunting. You do. I'm not a hunter, and I don't have any ground just for hunting, but I do have I have access to some that I keep wooded just to look at.
Nature's nature. I mean,
what's the best way if I'm looking to sell some hunting? If I'm looking to create nice hunting ground, maybe to make it sellable for somebody, what's the best thing to do? I mean, you guys, Midwest Farm and Land, you guys are kind of the experts in this field, aren't you?
So I think there's a couple of things. You can take a piece of property that's rough and enhance it and do things that will help it sell. You don't have to do it all. So creating a trail system.
That was what I was wondering. If that's one of the first things you could do, and it probably needs to be bigger than a walking trail, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because now everybody has a 4-wheeler or side-by-side, and I think that's what I tell folks. If I can take someone around and show them the property without especially when it gets hot or it's not great walking. I mean, it's good to walk farms now because there's no leaves and there's no bugs or whatever. But that's the first thing, is just being able to navigate. That also helps the hunting.
Yeah.
So if your mindset is to create ground that's going to sit, if you're trying to deer, for example, that's deer hunting. There's so many things that you can do. Harvesting the timber. Why? People say, "Oh my God, I don't want to cut the trees."
Yeah.
You know what happens when you don't harvest trees? They fall over and die. Or it's like a crop. I mean, trees are a crop. They're like corn or beans or anything else. If you do it right, you can enjoy that wealth. You can do that every few years. But you're also helping improve the habitat. If there's everybody wants to walk through a park. No brush. Well, deer don't like that. Deer like cover. Deer don't want to be seen.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So sometimes thicker's better. Harvesting the timber is always a good thing. It takes you 2 or 3 years to do that. But the trail system, looking at creating food plots, just my biggest thing is if guys want to kill big deer, there's 2 things that you have to do. You have to have the hold power to hold the deer, and that means, again, sometimes thicker places. Pressure is huge for killing big deer. Anybody that says the wind and pressure are the 2 biggest things. If you enter a place and you have the wrong wind, you're beat before you ever get there. 9 times out of 10, you can get lucky, because lucky plays a role. It does. And I'll take all the luck I can get. But I also know that if I'm trying to kill a mature deer and I'm walking in, with the wind at my back every day, he's already knows I'm coming before. That's his job, is to survive and from people like me.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Pressure's the other. People love to
hold. Explain what that means.
So
for an idiot
I'll give you a
me.
perfect example. So if you walk through the nature preserve across the street from my old farm on Hanging Rock,
right?
There's no ground. It's all been brushed and cleaned and cleared, and it's nice. It's beautiful.
No deer in there.
That's right. They live on the other side of the road.
Okay, so you're
it's
talking
so
about
thick
hold,
and nasty.
By hold, you mean something to hold
the deer.
The deer there.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Now tell me pressure.
Pressure is about your summertime, and you have 5 boys that want to get on their motorcycles and run around that property. Yeah. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to push those big deer out. The big deer. You won't push all the deer out.
So you don't want to pressure the deer away.
Too much pressure.
Okay, I get you. Okay.
There are places, lots of guys who kill a lot of big deer every year, a lot bigger than me, will tell you that there are places on their farms that they just don't go into. They don't shed hunt them. They don't walk through them. They just stay out of them because they don't want to pressure the deer.
Okay. All right. Second, your third one?
The wind. I mean, access. So having the right access is sometimes challenging. One of the reasons the only reason that I don't still own Hanging Rock is that access is from the northwest.
Yeah.
And
wind comes from the northwest.
So if northwest winds, it's a predominant wind in fall.
November, it's going to be, yeah.
So I'm dumping I had a giant deer that I watched grow for 3 years. That was the coolest thing I ever had. I watched this deer get bigger and bigger and bigger. That is the most awesome. I didn't even have to harvest. I didn't harvest him, but I didn't have to because I knew that deer got killed a half a mile from my farm on a whim because that deer was chasing the doe during the rut. I hunted him 17 straight days trying to kill him, but again, I'm dumping my wind every time I go in there, mostly. Yeah. There was no other way for me to access it. So now when I buy a farm, I'm automatically, I will not buy a farm because
it has the wrong. The southeast.
Greatest way would be east.
Okay.
East because predominant winds are northwest, southwest.
I had not even thought about that. That makes a ton of sense, though. That makes all right. Now, okay, so do all that, and so what difference will that make in, say, my land was untouched? It was with all the crappy trees and brush and stuff there. It is $2,000 an acre. How much difference would cleaning that up and preparing it like that?
Could be as much as $1,500 an acre. If you could spend $10,000 with my guys to go in and set it up, and gain $40,000 on the sale side.
Wow, that's interesting. Tell me about this place. This is a new place. And this is the one.
This place is
this is a brand new listing or something.
This is a dream. Yeah, this is Middle Road in Jefferson County, just south of Dix.
Okay.
So this home, it's an older home, but it was completely remodeled.
Oh, really?
So it's all modern. It's sitting on 55 acres.
I was wondering how, because I looked at the pictures for this, and the acreage looked just incredible.
Oh man, there's talk about habitat. So you have hardwoods, you have bottoms, you have ridges, you have flat, you have creeks. You've got everything that you ever. Not to mention, you've got a giant stocked pond, which doesn't hurt.
No,
out your back door. This is one of those places. It's amazing.
How did they catch the picture of this guy?
Trail camera.
Trail camera, huh?
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things. I know him personally. I mean, I sold them this place a few years ago.
Okay.
So that's the coolest part about it is to watch things evolve. I mean, that's
an albino.
That's an albino deer, 100% albino. There's no like.
Is he still around?
As far as they know, yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we think so? Wow, that's just fun.
Fun, very fun.
That is that's just a good time. Well, I tell you what. So, all right. What do we think land prices or farm prices are going to do here in the next? Granted, we got a minute to talk.
I think they're going to stay generally where they are. I don't think there's going to be a huge upswing.
They've already finished.
Yeah, I think they're up probably 25-30% overall. Some counties have experienced different things because auction is always that's something we're doing now.
Yeah,
but it's.
Do you do much of that?
No, but we just started.
Like online auction?
Yeah, we're just starting a component now. We're just talked to a guy this morning about it because there's a need for it sometimes.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's the first thing. I think when the market is like it is, you should always test the market for highest and best use and then fall back to auction. If you go the other way, you try to auction a property, doesn't meet the reserve, it'll be hard to sell that. People will think it's tainted.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I've seen that. Well, so all right. Well, that makes sense. And I was thinking, and we haven't even mentioned it, so I'm not even going to talk about Ukraine if the gas price is going crazy. If that is affecting real estate,
it hasn't yet, but I'm sure. Like I said, it's for mineral rights and gas wells that are on, it's making things better. But I just sold a piece that was ridiculous, like that has a ridiculous amount of income. It's like it's an all wooded piece, but it's like having a tillable piece. Can't do that very often.
No, that's pretty cool. How often can you cut trees and harvest
If it's done correctly, probably every 20 years, every 25 years.
That makes sense.
If it's done correctly, but again, there's good and bad with everything.
Yeah, that's true. Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for being here. I tell you, I hope you all enjoyed it because this is we could have gone on and on and on.
It's a 2-hour special. I mean, I feel like you should really try it. I'll be here.
He'll be back. Yeah. Hey, folks, thanks so much for watching Big Talk with Bruce. Brandon, thanks a lot. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great day, everybody.